Hey there, it's Walmart Chef Anthony Serrano, and I want to welcome you to another installment of our live Walmart Chef series. Today, we're going to be covering everything brats and brews. Now, these are some of my favorite recipes to make during the summer grilling season. But let's face it, I think you're going to love making them year-long. So what do you say we get grilling and have some fun? All right, let's go. Now, I'm going to be cooking this live, so if you have any questions at all, just drop your comments, and I'll be sure to answer them as we're having fun and cooking. So first up, I like having a brat, and I vary the different toppings that I put on it. You can pretty much do whatever you want. You can go with traditional, you can do something a little bit crazy. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to do a beer cheese sauce on top of a beer poached brat. Then we're going to do a little vinegar slaw on top. So to start off with, we're going to start with the vinegar slaw first. Now the vinegar slaw really has a lot of great flavors to it, and it helps cut the fat from the brat and the fat from the beer cheese sauce. Now when I say cut the fat, I mean it just makes it so that all those flavors combine really well together. So first we're going to start off with our tricolor slaw. So I love this market side tricolor slaw. It's got a lot of great flavor. It's already cut, saves a lot of time in making our slaw. So it's really simple to make. We're just going to put this back here out of the way. Then I'm going to throw in some bell peppers. I just added a bunch of different color bell peppers, combine them all together. We're going to add a little bit of our apple cider vinegar, just to give it a nice little tinge to it. I really like that apple cider vinegar. And we're going to put a little bit of beer. So if you don't want to add the beer, go ahead, don't. I went with a lager, a nice light beer. You can also cook your beer on a pot. Let it boil off a little bit, let that alcohol cook off if you don't want that alcohol in there. I'm adding just a little bit. It's just going to give it a nice little zip to it. Then I'm using the Sam's Choice Everything Bagel Seasoning. Yes, I'm putting that in my slaw. I find it gives it a nice, fresh, little fun flavor, gives it another little crunch. And we're just putting together this easy slaw. Really easy, really tasty. It's really going to combine with all the other flavors in the brat, and it's going to make a beautiful brat symphony. I think you're going to love it. So we have our vinegar slaw done and out of the way now. So we're going to move this around here a little bit. Now what I'm going to show you how to make is the brat itself. That is really simple. I actually already have it in the back. It's already ready. But I'm going to show you real fast how to make it here. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off with a pot. And we're going to combine a few ingredients into our pot. And that's going to make our brat bath. Yes, a brat bath. It's like a little spa for our brats. We're going to combine all this stuff into it right over here. So what I have here is some onions. We're going to put those onions into the pan. Now you can grill the onions first, give them a little bit more caramelization. That's totally okay. I'll let you do that. I won't tell anyone. We're going to throw in some red pepper flakes. Again, add however much you want. If you like it real spicy, add a lot. Some garlic powder. You could always add some onion powder if you want to. Then we're putting in some beer. Today I'm using just a lager, a nice, light, refreshing beer. Nothing too overpowering. If you want to use an IPA, something a little stronger, go ahead. So we're just going to give this a little swirl. Get our beer bath bubbling, our little beer spa bubbling for our brats. Just like that. Then we're going to place the Great Value brats into our beer bath. Just check these out. Lots of great color to them. They taste amazing. I love them once they're cooked. Now, speaking of cooking, we want to make sure that this cooks enough. We want to be very aware of food safety, and we want to make sure there's no sort of cross-contamination, and we cook those brats enough. So our brats are in the bath. We want to make sure that we cook them long enough so that we make sure that they're fully cooked because they're raw right now. So what I like doing is I like getting a thermometer, and you get your brat, and you stick your thermometer inside the brat going long ways. And you see this little dimple right here? That's the part that is actually going to take the temperature when you're using a thermometer. So you're going to stick this food thermometer in there, and you're going to stick it in so that this part right there is about halfway into your brat. You're going to take the brat's temperature, and you want it to be about 160 degrees. that should take you about 10 minutes, or around 8 to 10 minutes on a medium heat inside of your pot. Once it's 160 degrees, then I just throw it on a really, really hot grill just for a few minutes. You see these brats are ready. They're starting to barely come apart a little bit. They're starting to bend. So I'm going to throw it on our grill, get a little bit of that sizzle going. Now, we don't want to cook them too much. We're just kissing them on there, just getting a little bit of color, a little bit more flavor. I'm going to get that out of the way. Then we're going to make a beer cheese sauce for these beautiful brats. Now, the beer cheese sauce is decadent, it's tasty. I know you're going to love it. Now, I know this beer cheese sauce you're going to love. It's got a lot of great flavor to it. And it's, it's just actually a minimal amount of ingredients packed with flavor, which, come on, who doesn't love that, right? So I'm going to show you, I already went ahead and started doing part of it just to save us a little bit of time, but I think you're going to enjoy this. So what I did is, very simple, we're using our Great Value Salsa Verde, one of my favorite salsas, lots of great flavor to it. Some garlic powder, salt, the Great Value Southwest mustard, heavy cream, some little bacon bits, and some beer, because it's a beer cheese sauce, right? And to finish it off, we have our Great Value extra sharp cheese. So that's definitely going to have a lot of flavors. Our brats back here are almost done. I'm going to take them off the burner so we can use the burner for right now. So I already reduced the heavy cream. That's the part that takes a few minutes, and you really want to get it right. It's really easy to do. It really is going to give our sauce a nice, creamy consistency. Sounds like our brats are almost ready. Yep, they're getting, ooh, look at that. Starting to get some of that kissed by the grill, a little bit of caramelization. Since we already cooked them, we don't want a lot. We just want to finish them off right here in the grill. Just get a little bit of color to them that's going to add to the overall brats experience. So we have our heavy cream. We reduced it. So when I was saying we reduced it, that means if we started with 2 cups, we want to cook it down very slowly on medium heat until it's about 1 cup. So we're going to toss in our salt into this mixture. Then our garlic powder, mix all that together nicely. A little bit of our Southwest Great Value mustard. Give it a little zip and zoom. We're adding in our bacon crumbles, our beer. And you can always cook the beer at the beginning when you're doing the sauce. That'll actually help cook off a lot of that residual alcohol. Adding in our Great Value Salsa Verde. I'm going to give this a nice little mix. You want to get all those ingredients nice and warm. It's already reduced, it's already nice and thick. And to finish it off, what we're going to do is we'll add in the cheddar cheese in just a minute. Looks like our brats are nice and done. Let's check that out. Look at those brats, nice color. Looking beautiful. So I'm going to get this stuff out of the way. Our beer cheese sauce is just about done. It's just missing, you know what it's missing, the cheese. If you got any questions at all, just leave them in the comments. I'll make sure to answer them. We're going to put in our cheddar cheese. You can really use any sort of cheese you want. I like the cheddar, the extra sharp cheddar. It has a lot of great flavor to it. Gives it a nice little zip. So we just want that cheese to melt. It's almost there. We're going to let that just go for another few seconds, just until that cheese really gets in there melty. So now it's time to start building our brat. So I like using the Freshness Guaranteed brat buns, but for today I'm going to use the Sam's Choice Sweet Hawaiian. It depends on how much bread you like, how many carbs you like. I'm going to go with a little bit less bread today and that sweetness of these buns. Like I said, for the toppings, you really can do a lot of different options, whatever makes you feel comfortable, whatever you're in the mood for. You can add some pickles, you can add just some regular coleslaw on there. It's your brat, your life, you do it however you want. We're going to add in our brats. Look at this beautiful color to these nice looking brats. Then what we're going to do is we're going to add in our beer sauce, which is almost ready. Just needs another few seconds here. Like I said, we really want all those flavors to melt together. That cheddar cheese, the cream in there, the salsa verde, that little bit of zip from the beer. And like I said, you don't have to put, I know it's a beer cheese sauce. I'm telling you it's a beer cheese sauce. But if you don't want to put the beer in, please don't put the beer in. So it needs another second. It's almost nice and melted. Heating it up here on our stove. All right. Looks like our beer cheese sauce is ready. You can always thicken it up a little bit more. Add a little bit less beer, a little bit more cheese. You know, really it's how you want to build this, but this is the sauce I like using. It's thick, but not too thick. It's going to have a lot of great flavor. Just like that. Look at this. It's looking, it's smelling amazing. I wish we had smell-o-vision here because I think you'd really love this. Then, putting this nice vinegary, crunchy beer slaw on top of our cheese sauce. And just like that, we made a beautiful meal. We made our brats that we cooked inside of a beer bath, topped it with a decadent beer cheese sauce, and then just for a little crunch and a little acidity, we made our vinegar slaw. Before I go, I just want to remind you to leave a comment or click the link to chat with the Walmart chefs and to easily shop for all of these ingredients through Walmart Grocery. Thanks so much for tuning in. I hope you had an amazing time. I know I did. I can't wait to dive into these beautiful brats and brews. If you have any other last-minute questions at all, drop them in the comments. We'll be sure to answer them. Or if you have any other suggestions for our live Walmart Chef series, let us know as well. We love getting all that great feedback. Thanks again, and until next time, have an amazing, safe, awesome summer, and keep on cooking.